public space. So there are other forms of things. How do we engage that digital so we can get precise measurement? We can be more accurate in our planning. There are things like artificial intelligence that has come in. So basically, we have engaged it, and I would say that it has improved significantly the practice of public relations.
And how would you assess image perception and crisis management practice in a post-digital economy?
Well, I mean, this argument is that are we in a post-digital economy, or we are in the digital economy? Because post then means that it's gone. We're still in it. And like I said to you in my opening remark, really what we've done is that we've engaged technology to see our digital practice, to see how we can improve what we do normally, or what we used to do traditionally, or what you call in an analog manner. So we've engaged it, we've used it. We've used it more, especially in the area of planning. We've used it in the area of measurement. We've used it in the main area of precise delivery, because with digital now we're able to determine to almost to a T which stakeholder we're speaking. And one of the great advantages of digital is response. I mean, take for instance in those days, let me give an example. As part of public relations is media relations. So if I issued a press release in a newspaper, or maybe in a TV station like we have here on radio, I don't have a means of getting immediate feedback. But right now, I do. So it's a great advantage, but what he has done is that it has called to question the methods we used to use in the past, because we've got to learn new skills so that we can deal with the new challenges, or at least the challenges of today.
Well, let's look at challenges facing this profession, public relations. How has it been? Let's highlight some of them and what's being done to address these challenges.
Well, a lot of people use those words interchangeably, but the truth of the matter is that there are different aspects. So let me look at it. Let me give an analogy. It's like law. So you have law in itself, but you then have commercial law, you have shipping law, you have criminal law, you have matrimonial law, and so on and so forth. So there are various aspects. Now, first and foremost, PR, it's the umbrella practice. Media relations is just one aspect of PR. Media relations is a tool of PR, and it's very important for us to let people know that. And I'm not degrading in any manner, but it's like in the medical profession, you have many people, you have many players, or you have many stakeholders. So there's a practice of medicine done by a doctor, and then there's practice of medicine carried out by a nurse. So in many areas, when you equate media relations to the entirety of public relations, is like asking a nurse to do the work of a doctor. A doctor downloads to a nurse. It is what the doctor recommends that the nurse works on. Am I right? You know, so that is wrong. And I believe hopefully during the course of the program we'll be able to address that misconception. Now you talk about reputation management. That's what you said? Yes, reputation management is in itself is also another tool of public relations. So there are many tools that we need to engage to arrive at where we're going. So it's like a big toolbox. So if I want to open, say, a particular equipment, maybe the camera that we're using now, I need to use specific equipment to address specific challenges. I can't use, if I use a star screwdriver to remove a flat screw, I will damage that screw. If I use a spanner 15 to remove something of spanner 11, I will damage something. So that's what it is. So we've got this big toolbox as public relations practitioners, from which we can take out the appropriate tool to deal with the appropriate challenges that we have. So reputation is one of the principal challenges that a lot of our clients have, or our principals. So we've got to build that reputation using various tools. Perhaps we'd use things like corporate social responsibility. We use things like corporate communication. We even use things like internal communication. We use things like sponsorship, and so on and so forth. Nowadays we use things like content building, digital, just like you've said. So it's a wide gamut of tools that we can use to deliver what we want.
And what do you think should be done to make PR measurable in terms of value it can add to brand management? That seems to be very, very worrisome at this time.
The biggest challenge is the value that it places. The biggest challenge is that how can we justify the value that we bring to the table? So many times we find a situation whereby people do not exactly know what we bring to the table. So when you say that you're a journalist and say what is the evidence of your journalism, you show this program, you show a newspaper, and so on and so forth. If I'm an advertising practitioner, I show you what I've put in the newspaper. I show you what I have on a billboard. I show you my jingle. I show you my TV commercial. But what we deliver is kind of an intangible, and it's not easily understood nor determined, the value that we bring to the table. So a lot of people feel that public relations practitioners or departments, they take money, they don't add money, as against marketing. So if you are the marketing or sales manager of an organization, you are given a target: sell X number of cars, for instance, sell 100 cars in a month. So immediately he sells that 100 cars in the month, it's attributed to him that he's been successful, not necessarily counting the fact that the organization has a positive reputation, which is what has helped the marketing manager or the sales manager in being able to deliver on his target. So our biggest challenge is clearly communicating the value we as public relations practitioners bring to the table. And that's one of the reasons why you find out that when public relations, when government organizations appoint people to communication roles, they look for journalists. But the truth of the matter is that a journalist is trained to report what he knows or what he sees. We, as public relations practitioners, are strategic communication experts. It goes beyond what we see. We tell a compelling story. We help to shape reputation. We help to manage reputation. So it's different from you just reporting what you're seeing. So our business, selling our business value, is the biggest challenge we have.
And what are the tools that can be used by PR practitioners to ensure that service is valuably measured, measurable, as well as to add to the bottom line?
Well, yes, we have a number of bodies. We have the, for instance, in Nigeria, it's not just a Nigerian thing, it's a global thing. By reason of my, some places that I sit, maybe on leading the board in Africa, also as a board member of the International Public Relations Association, and then what I've done locally, it's a global challenge. So it's just in Nigeria. But I know that in Nigeria, we're trying to tackle it. Excuse me. For instance, I was in a small meeting before I even came here, and I know that the Public Relations Consultants Association of Nigeria, which is a creation of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations by law, is also looking at this challenge. I actually sat on a committee that put in some recommendations on how we can strongly communicate the value that we bring to the table. Let me give you, for instance, in the White House, there's a chief press secretary to the president, and that's the person we see every time. But technically, there's a director of communications. The director of communications is the one that sits on top and oversees the totality of the communication plan and strategy of the White House. But the person who takes the day-to-day questioning is the chief press secretary. So here, many people appoint chief press secretaries and they don't complement it with the appointment of a director of communications. Now that's who a public relations person is.
Hello, food already. Have you not go chop today?
Today na my cheat day.
So what do you want?
Give me 2 wraps of pound.
Excuse me, madam. The client has just arrived and will be upstairs very soon.
All right, send him right up. Thank you. Hey, Mama, make I see that brocoto.
You know, see. For red brocoto and assorted meat.
That one.
Madam, stop me now. Customer novice, which one you want? Amala, Ewegu, Pomo, and then brocoto. No, customer don't buy. Ebola Abenyo, spirit of human being.
Okay, not fire. That might be that.
Internet customer. Abeg, give me brocoto. When she come, you will give her another one.
Okay, not fire.
Don't miss out on life's little pleasures. Upgrade to the super fast and reliable MTN 4G network.
Let me need to.
And with that, it's a wrap in Market and Edge. Make sure you join us same time next week for a fresh edition.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy Eastplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
People turn on their TV for news. They want the facts, they want it straight, and they want the big stories of the day right now. At TVC News, we know Nigeria is moving fast. There's a lot going on and a lot to take in. With news bureau and reporters all over Nigeria, we get to the stories that matter first, fast, balanced, and accurate. That's why we are first with breaking news.